Hey everybody, what is up? It is I, Link, coming at you with a little bit of Kassadin gameplay. I bought Kassadin over this double IP weekend, and he's actually very fun to play. This is actually my first game with Kassadin, so I didn't quite know what to do with him. All I did was I did read a small guide on his abilities and what he's supposed to do with them. That's pretty much it. All I read and that I understood about it was be very conscious of how much mana you're spending. His Q spends 70. So I can maybe a couple times, let's see, 70, about 4 times in rapid succession before I'm out of mana. Maybe 5 by the regen. Really not much I can say about Kassadin. He's very fun. He counters pretty much anyone in mid that cast a lot, especially Cassiopeia and Karthus. There was a cast gameplay, but it kind of broke. Like, I got disconnected from League and I tried joining back, but the replay wouldn't restart itself. But I countered her very hard. We have a Gangplank top using that old Gangplank skin. I think it's the Minutemen one or whatever. We have an Amumu jungle, which pretty good. He doesn't visit top a lot, which makes top kind of angry, but that's about it. We have a Lux in the mid against me. And bot we have a Varus. I think this was, yeah, this Varus is pretty good. Doesn't help that much though. He stays in his lane. Especially during team fights, he really doesn't come up. Janna being very helpful and asking everything that he needs. Their jungler is a Hecarim, or whatever. Solo top is going up against a Swain, who is, thank God, getting a buff, so that'll be fun to see. I'm debating if I want to get Swain or Ahri. Ahri's getting a debuff, but she's always seemed fun. I've played Swain before, as you guys will probably see there'll be a gameplay tomorrow. I've played Swain before, so I'm not quite sure. Let's see.
First blood.
Oh, Gangplank getting a quick first blood off a crit on the Swain. Kind of funny. But yeah, I already own the. Here's me wasting my flash to get away, and she's gonna really try after me. But I mean, I already own not the skin. I already own Swain. There we go. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Is I own him. Kind of fun, but I don't know if when I get him, I'm probably gonna get his really cool new skin with him. Same thing with Ahri. I mean, I'm not quite sure. It depends on really if I like Ahri or not. I'm gonna try and see if I can ask a friend to help me. Anyway, now a little bit about Kassadin. Kassadin is a anti-carry. He stops AP carries in their tracks, but he early game is easily pushed back. Now, I mean, I'm going up here against this Lux right now, landing both my Q and my E, doing some nice damage, pushing her back. And then that's pretty much it. Now she's going to stay out here and kind of just keep trying to CS. Well, I do have the upper hand on her. My E comes back after how many? 6 charges. So I only have to get it up to 5. So now she's going to try and not use any skills. Really, besides that, I put 2 points in the Q, because after that, the mana costs start outweighing what's in the E. So that's pretty much all I got from that. I think I start off building an Archangels this gameplay, because I honestly didn't know how to play him. This Lux, using her skills like she should, and she gives me a charge. So if she ever steps out, I can make up the distance. I can easily spike her gone. Gangplank being pushed back to his tower while the Swain is still sitting there. Not quite a good idea to actually do that. This Lux staying by her tower as I'm taking my dominance over the lane. And bot lane having really no issues holding up against the AD. Mumu going up top to see if it is warded, and the Gangplank says no, but it kind of is obvious that it is. It's very warded. I think he put his ward down here. But anyway, going in, trying to get that kill on the Gangplank. He does get the kill, so it's worth it. They kind of cancel each other out. Now, me still singing mid, Lux trying to stay in here as long as possible. One thing I don't like about Cass is that when his minion waves are gone, the minions start attacking him. They need to give him a little bit of defense against minions, and I don't want to put those in the mastery tree when I play him. Throwing my Q, getting my R, which is my blink, which is pretty much going to allow me to GG with this Lux in the mid before we actually get into some team fights. I'm just waiting for the inevitable part where I actually kill her. I know it's coming up soon. I mean, I only played this game yesterday, so I'm just waiting before I speed this up. Now, that annoying breathing you may or may not hear is this little thing around me. These little swirls show that my Force Pulse is actually charged. But anyway, I'm just waiting for Lux to come a little bit closer and waste some abilities. Mumu, I'm pinging to him to say, hey, I need some help. I'm about to go after her. And he's about to go and get in range. My flash is almost up. My ignite's almost up. Pretty easy way to kill. Gangplank's on his way. Anyway, Gangplank comes up out of nowhere, gets his ultimate, flashes in there, parlays, and lands a simple basic. He actually kills her this time. So we're going to speed up. Their jungler's a Hecarim. He kind of left the jungles because he couldn't get enough CS there. So he decided to go to lane. Picking up A tier, the goddess on my first return. Not sure that was a good choice because I was being very conservative with my Q. Also just noticed that those are the same. Down bot getting ganked by the Amumu, and top being destroyed by the duo. Now, I don't think Lux returned or not. I can't quite see. Let's check. Lux did return. She picked up a monocrystal and boots. I still have the upper hand on her. And now it's time to put points to my Q. So I'm going to flash in there, land a lot of my abilities, land my ignite, go in there, land a basic, and quickly pick her up. Going back with about 500 gold just to heal up. I do buy Doran's to be a little less squishy and have a little bit, pretty much a little bit more of everything. That really helps. Amumu is asking if I want blue. I honestly don't because I've been playing without really needing it. So that's a plus. Bot starting to get pushed back by the Caitlyn. Me going after this Lux, going in there, doing some nice damage to her face. One thing I like about Kassadin, so many K middles. Anyway, we have the force push. I think it's now at level 5, so it does a decent amount of damage. It's about solid 300, so that's what I like. My Q does a lot more, but it has a travel time. That's something I wish they would fix on it. The Mumu goes in there, I flash in there, and I pick her up with my Q. A Mumu getting yelled at because he was helping me in mid and not going top when it is 2v1. If you watch the Gangplank portrait throughout the gameplay, you can actually see him going a little bit further past where he should if there's 2 up there. But anyway, I'm going to unlock the camper now and just kind of roam. Now we have a Mumu going after the Swain, but it's just gonna depend on how this Mumu goes after him. He chooses to stay and pick up the CS and keep the Swain away from the turret. Not sure if it was low replay or something, but it seems rather glitchy right now. One single minion going out front and getting killed by Swain. Bot lane, the Varus dying under turret to the Xin Zhao, who went there, hit him with his 3rd basic, and knocked him up as the Caitlyn finished him off with Piltover Peacemaker. Now, what is up with this lag? The Janna having to try and keep her turret. Although Caitlyn ults her and gets a nice kill. Did he just walk through those? What? 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 Okay! Going back top to see Gangplank killing the Swain. And surprisingly, there we go, getting rid of his Ignite. No turrets have been taken, although bot is being heavily pushed right now by the Caitlyn and Xin Zhao combo. Which I do think they take it right around now. Not sure, Lol Replay has an issue with that. Varus going in there, starting with his ultimate, forcing the flash. And he's going to kind of overextend where he shouldn't. But he does have some damage that he's needed. And he is causing them to both return. Missing his Q magically. I think he's got like the biggest hit area I've ever seen. Anyway, me having this Lux pushback and under-leveled, mind you. I've gotten 2 kills on her so far. So I've kept her out of lane so much, it's kind of funny. I'm going to speed this up because it is just some mindless CSing, as there is a small team fight over here which has no real winner. It's more of a just a small little fight. Anyway, this Lux being shut down. I'm level 11, she's level 8. What's wrong here? All I can say is she either has never went up against a cast before, or was just, I don't know. I'm going in here again, doing some damage, using my real flash to get away from her damage, even though I do have the Void Stone passive, which is very strong. I mean, 51 magic resist, that actually scales on him. So it does really good. Janna down bot, picking up her kill with her Zephyr. Or no, not her Zephyr, her Tornado. But the Varus does die underneath the turret yet again. And now we have the Janna going after the Caitlyn. Caitlyn not having it and going right after Janna. Now it is 2v2 top. They're having a little bit of an issue. Going in there with Raise Morale. But the Hecarim starts going away. The Swain does put a snare down. And now they locked up the Hecarim, slowing him down. He's pretty much useless. Now going after Swain. Turret diving, but not even going past that. Me still happily CSing in mid, because that's pretty much all I do when I'm mid. I don't like to deter from my lane. Janna trying her hardest to make sure that this Caitlyn does not take the tower, using her ulti, using pretty much everything. Varus comes in, misses his arrow yet again. It's like every time I go up against a Varus, I have an issue dodging it. But every time there's a Varus on my team, he has an issue hitting it. I am going after Lux right here, picking up an easy kill on her, going in there with my Rift Walk, hitting her with my slow, hitting her with my Q, landing at Ignite just in case she flashes away. Now it's about time I recall, because I'm sitting on about 1.7, but I do actually continue CSing because I want another level before I go back. Swain pushed behind his, or at his turret, with his Catalyst activating. This Hecarim ganking me. Now, what I don't understand is how he managed to stay under here that long. I mean, I was just trying to see how long to keep him under here. I was going to turn and land my Q, but Amumu does come in, trying to kill him. Flashes, misses the flash, but uses ulti and picks up the kill. That was just complete what the whole time. Bot lane has a Xin Zhao pushback and the first turret broken in the game. Although top does get killed by a single bird as he tries running into the bush. A Swain bird goes after him, hits him, and comes back. It's kind of funny. I do return, get my Sorcerer Shoes, an Elixir of Brilliance, and a Blasting Wand, because this is pretty much the part of the game where I need to snowball harder so I can keep my kills up and keep my damage up. Because Lux is actually at around the same amount of ability power as me, actually a little bit higher. The reason is that I scale horribly with ability power. She doesn't. See, that's one of the ways they balance Cass out, is he doesn't scale well with his ability. He has to use his items mostly. And that's what causes him to waste a little bit of money putting in things like the Elixir of Brilliance and other things of that nature. Bot lane going and helping with the jungler to pick up Dragon. Caitlyn now my mid to go against, which is quite an interesting pick. She obviously, I'm not sure, but although Lux Varus does pick up Lux, but Lux does kill the Amumu before she's gone. Now the Xin Zhao going after the Janna. Those two separate. Although he is going to continue to go after her, I'm completely oblivious, but I do turn around to try and deter him. He goes back because he knows it's not a good choice to continue. Although the Caitlyn did want to come in and try and help, I didn't want to have any of it. And that's about it. Top getting killed, and they cancel each other out again. Probably a parlay and mixed with a bird or whatever. I didn't bother to write that one down. Hecarim having some free time with the turret, tanking all the turret shots. I'm not quite sure why. The turret did actually move off of him, so I'm not sure how that happened. I do use my Elixir of Brilliance right here because I actually did remember I bought it. And I'm also ready to go after this Kate. She's low and my stacks are increasing. Now, since I have my W on, that allows me pretty much one free stack. So if you add my Q and my R to the 3, all you have to have is 3 stacks to be able to kill someone. They're telling me to return because Lux is coming in. Lux misses her snare. The Amumu goes in, goes after the Lux. I'm gonna go in there, use my E, get some damage. Now the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's gonna ignite me. I'm gonna ignite her, and she's gonna die to my ignite. Actually, no, she dies to the tears of the Amumu. So we are going to speed this up just a little bit. As yet again, the Gangplank up top kills the Hecarim, and now he has to go up against the Swain. The Swain really is at the disadvantage here because he hits way too much. Apparently this is... oh! Yeah, this is the game where the bot turret hangs on by 2 health for I think the whole game. I have to say I think that's what I remember. The Mumu saying he's about to dive the turret, and the Gangplank getting ready for this. Although he doesn't have to because the Xin Zhao came down. Now the Amumu's gonna go in there, do some damage, kill the Swain. The Xin Zhao's gonna kill the Gangplank. And now it's a 1v1 in between the two. The Mumu can't do much, but his tears are doing very good against the Xin Zhao, going under turret, diving, and I think he doesn't live. I'm not sure. The Amumu is low after taking a crap ton of shots from the turret. No, he does die. Although in mid, you did miss a small altercation between me and the Caitlyn, and I think the Lux. Anyway, I'm trying to get my stacks back on my E because if Hecarim ever comes in after me, I can slow him down and lower some of his base attack damage. Varus helping me push mid, and that's about it. This is pretty much getting close to when they want to surrender. Maybe there's 2 team fights or 3 team fights, I can't remember. I do go back here after I pick up the Wraiths. One thing about Kassadin is he is a horrible, I repeat, horrible jungler, or even pusher for that matter. He can't go in, he just like can't waltz in unless he has his force push. He can't just waltz in and start farming in mid time. I mean, he can use his W like I'm doing right now, but I like to save that for team fights. Okay, now here's a nice little team fight that's about to happen. Try and position the camera. Lux trying to initiate with her snare. Me already wasting my E. Now I'm trying to fire it back up. One thing I have to say is people need to understand, if you spam your abilities when you're with a Kassadin, every team fight you're probably going to win. Because you can spam your force pulse, the better. So we're now underneath their turret. I'm gonna go in there, silence her, do some nice, do a nice chunk of damage to her health bar. Now the Swain does go in there. Janna uses her ultimate, and he gets easily taken out. Now I'm sitting here going after the Hecarim now, flashing to him, using my E, trying to duck and cover, but I can't. I do Rift Walk over. Now the Amumu's going in there, going after the Caitlyn and the Swain. I am now returning to the fight. Gonna use my flash, get right in there, do some damage to the Swain. Swain's now trying to return. I'm gonna basic him and kill him with the passive from, or the active from my W. And I think that's about the time they GG. Yes? Yes? I think yes. I want to say yes. Come on. Huh. Maybe it takes a couple... Maybe it's another team fight. I'm not sure. It was after one of the team fights that they just quit. Oh, maybe it's this one. Okay, we're gonna slow this back down yet again, because I am in the mid, and there's 3 of them, 1 of me. My team is completely separated, and this is just bad. There's 4 now, and I know that Lux is back there somewhere. I start pinging the mid, there's 5 here, I don't know what to do. Although they aren't really pushing as heavily as they should. Now they're all here. The Janna does teleport in. I'm going to try and kill a little bit of the minions, wow, or creeps. Now they're actually on the return already because Gangplank got a nice hit on the Lux as soon as she got out of range. His parlay, yet again, being overpowered for the crit it gives. Although that's kind of what makes Gangplank Gangplank. Yet again, just amazing. The Hecarim goes in there trying to initiate a team fight. Lux uses her ultimate, nothing happens. Johnny goes in there, uses her ultimate to push him out of Gangplank's ultimate. Although they do turn on Swain before he can actually kill anyone. Now we are going to go after the Lux and the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn getting stuck behind the turret, me going in there with my R, getting the ace, and we are going to be going after the turret, but I think, yeah, Xin Zhao's dead. Anyway, that's the surrender vote, and that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the content provided, leave a like. If you want to stay current, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.
Victory!